Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime, but kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be fielded at the 6. Able to power through. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what did the offensive coordinator say right off the top? He's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a handoff looking right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll check this one down to Michelle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down.
Oh, the Seahawks come after it, and they block it. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Here's Edwards to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right, and his throw is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got it first and goal at the 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They get it to him running left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Try and start this drive in the air. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Here we go now. Blue Lightning.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now they try the right side here. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, Edwards. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing right, and that's complete. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And on the ground they go with the running back. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel, and he'll go down at the 28. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw to Michel on the dump off. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver. And
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Edwards on first down. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Edwards now operating from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Now Edwards. From the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 94 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at...
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. To return, this is Eddie Jackson. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And I guess right now as we look at some of his struggles today, So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Hurry up, here we go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to get up on the run and shut them down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. Spins away. And a spin again. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Michel. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
They'll look to throw here. He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play for the Bucs there on 3rd down. 42 yards. Nothing conservative about that play call. You said earlier in the quarter you wanted to see them open things up, maybe take some shots downfield. There you go.
Yeah, and that one was successful. But even if they're not successful, when you take those shots downfield, they've got to back off a little bit, loosen up a little bit on defense, and give you a little bit more room if you want to run the football.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on
Still
that play.
down.
Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Here we go now. 3.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go now. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. To throw is Edwards. On 1st and 10, buying time to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Ohio. Ohio.
Here's Edwards. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Edwards. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A very solid gain of 27. And they'll go on the ground. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown. But those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of the season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ohio! Ohio!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And on the ground they go with a running back. Finding room inside the 40. There he goes left side. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal. I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jackson now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Here we go now. 319.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. To Michelle on the screen. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout. They up the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
All right, here we go.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we are at half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 46 yards.
Ohio!
Edwards throwing on 1st down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Edwards now to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now Edwards on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can make a play on the football.
And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky fourth down call. So they pulled a little rabbit out of their hat, nearly for 6, almost got the fake into the end zone. Either way, they're set up really nicely.
So we all fell for the illusion, didn't we? Did they saw someone in half on stage?
Well played. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Now let's go.
They're going to look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
To throw is Edwards on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pick up there of 20 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go.
Here's Edwards, operating from the gun. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Bucs on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Looking to throw. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right. He's got him in. Complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Seattle. 49 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Here we go. Man 38.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's going to be caught. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. In for the score. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This one taken from the 7th. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the
blitz coming, and down he goes.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 7. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Edwards. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
And they'll run it here. Room to run inside the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 54 yards. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here we go. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here. Out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 17.
Set. Green 39.
Back to throw here. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
The 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. 50 yards. And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Bucs on third down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only one time. This is 3rd and 16.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. Allen has it, left side. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. And out now come the Seahawks. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
He's going to get it running right. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. He's going to get it running right, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that is going to set up third and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Jackson now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now back to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Time for a break. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage.
Here we go.
But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll look to throw here. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 48. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They'll set up to throw.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
319! 319!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
But that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Here we go now.
They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Right back to him on first down. He spins free. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 44 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes folks say, that's it. Okay, it hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Allen's got it over the middle. And all the way down to the 39. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Seahawks, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.